So the pi over 6 or the 30-degree family. Yeah, you can grab pencil crayons if you want. If you don't have colors. So I was doing degrees in blue and radians in green. And so for the pi over 6 family, every single angle in degrees has the same reference angle of 30 degrees. And every single angle in radians would have the same reference angle of pi over 6. See if you can label the other 3 before I do. I'll give you a head start. Check your degrees. How did you do? All of those have a reference angle of 30 degrees. Five pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6. Find the coordinates of these without our calculator. Again, we're going to look at a special triangle. Because SOHCAHTOA, we can use that from a right angle triangle. So maybe in the space here, draw a right angle triangle. I'm going to label one angle as 30 degrees, and it just so happens, in order to add up to 180, the other angle has to be 60 degrees. Now with our 45-degree angle one, we're like, ooh, both 45, we got an isosceles triangle which had some special properties. Here we have a right angle triangle with 3 different angles and 3 different sides. Most triangles have 3 different angles and 3 different sides. So many of them that they're actually...
Sorry for the interruption. The buses are late today for bus ridership. We will let you know when they arrive. Thank you.
Okay, so there's 15 jerseys.
Okay.
I got one small because he said he wants a small size down.
So Matt, we call this triangle, we have a name for this triangle, and it's the one that most people forget because it's actually the name for all triangles that aren't special. We call this a scalene triangle, right? And if someone were to ask you, what's the properties of scalene triangle, your mind would probably go blank, because really it has no good properties. It's like everything's different and it's not helpful. So now we have a problem, because if everything's different and it's not helpful, we can't actually do any math with it. And so this triangle is kind of sad, because it's like, I'm not helpful, I'm not special, and it's walking down the street and feeling kind of sad because it's not helpful and it's not special. And it bumps into another triangle just exactly the same. And it's also like feeling, I'm not special. And so they kind of connect and they make a bond and they're like, hey, you want to be friends? And they become best friends. And then you see them together all the time. And then all of a sudden, once they were together, something special happened. Aww. What happens when you put both those triangles together? You make a new big triangle, and that new big triangle actually has a name. Do we know what that's called? The big one? Yeah, it's called a triangle. What kind of special triangle is it? Two scalene triangles. What are the angles in all of the big ones? 60, 60, 60. What does that mean? Do you know the name of that one? Equilateral. And if it's equilateral and all the angles are 60, that means all the sides are the same. You can pick any number you want. I'm going to pick 2. The reason I'm going to pick 2 because if this side is 2, this side is 2, this side is 2, which makes this 1 and 1. And now I have parts of the small triangle. And I can do a squared plus b squared equals c squared and discover that this height is root 3. And I now have enough information to do sine of 30 degrees, cos of 30 degrees, and tan of 30 degrees. I can also do sine of 60 degrees, cos of 60 degrees, and tan of 60 degrees. Sine. There's my 30 degrees. Opposite over hypotenuse. 1/2. Cos of 30 degrees. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Root 3 divided by 2. Tan of 30 degrees. Opposite over adjacent. 1 over root 3, which, if you rationalize the denominator, which I'm going to do, you get root 3 over 3. And same thing, sine of 60 degrees, root 3 over 2, cos of 60 degrees, 1 over 2, and tan of 60 degrees, root 3 over 1. My big idea on the unit circle is my x-coordinate is cos of the angle. My y-coordinate is sine of the angle. So when I get to when I get to this coordinate at 30 degrees, I would know that my x-coordinate is root 3 over 2 and my y-coordinate 1/2. And once you have one value, you can now do all of these because the x values and the y values will be the same numbers. You'll just have one of the coordinates negative in quadrant 2 and both coordinates will be negative in quadrant 3. And in quadrant 4, the x-coordinate would be positive, and the y-coordinate would be negative. And from our special triangle, we can also write all the values of tangent. Tangent of pi over 6 is root 3 over 3. If you wanted to do fraction math, remember tangent is sine over cos. You could take 1/2 divided by root 3 over 2, multiply by the reciprocal, and get the same answer. And then over here, all of the other pi over 6 families are going to be exactly the same, root 3 over 3. It's just going to change according to your CAST rule, which ones are positive and which ones are negative. And so now we can do some mental math, and we're going to do some mental math right now. Stone, you ready? Okay. I want you to pick someone to tell me what cos of 210 degrees is. What is cos of 210 degrees? You're picking Luke, because he's the one who laughed at you being picked first, and then it sort of backfired on him. Oh man. Okay. Cos of 210 degrees. It's not that bad, because the big idea says all the points on the unit circle are cos theta comma sine theta. So if you want to find cos of 210 degrees, you just have to find 210 degrees on there and tell me the x-coordinate. X-coordinate at 210 degrees, because that'll be cos of 210 degrees.
Sorry for the interruption. The buses are
Negative
now here.
root
but
3
will start
over
at
2.
9:30.
All right, good. Let's go.
So that's anybody who was slated to go at 9:30, just go at that time, and then everyone else can just continue to follow the schedule after that. Thank you.
No, we're not in bus ridership. Next, let's do sign of 150. Luke, who are you picking? Adam. Sign of 150 degrees. All right. So you look on here. You got 150 degrees. The big idea says the coordinates are cos theta comma sine theta. So your y coordinate is going to be the value of sine of theta. So if I ask for sine of 150 degrees, you go to that coordinate right here, and you look at the y value. Sine of 150 degrees is 1/2. Perfect. Adam, I want someone to tell me what sine of 11 pi over 6 is. Who are you picking?
Max.
Max.
Negative 1/2.
Negative 1/2. Perfect. So you go to 11 pi over 6, sine is your y coordinate, and now you can use your unit circle to do a whole bunch of mental math. Okay. Next, we've got our last family, the 60-degree family. These are the points on the unit circle for the 60-degree family. The 60-degree family in radians is pi over 3. Again, I'll give you a head start to fill in the other ones. How did you do in degrees? 120 degrees, 240 degrees, 300 degrees. Now I'll give you a little bit more time to do the radians. All right. How did you do in your radians? 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. Now the coordinates, your x coordinate is cos. When you look at your special triangle, we already figured out cos of 60 degrees was 1/2. And we figured out sine of 60 degrees was root 3 over 2. That means each of these other coordinates will be identical numbers. Just the signs are going to change. And those signs change according to the cast rule. And same thing. From our special triangle, we had tan of pi over 3 was root 3. So then all of the tans of your pi over 3 family will be identical. Just the signs will change according to the cast rule. So now you need to take all of this information from all 4 families and put it together on here. One of the things I find helpful when putting it together on here is I've color-coded my lines by the different families. So my blue line is my 30-degree family, 5 or 6 family.
Do you have to have the whole thing memorized?
We have to have the whole thing memorized. So, this will be on Wednesday. This is the only, well, this is one of the only quizzes. Well, this quiz is unique. This is the only quiz that you have to do in class, but I give it to you early. You know exactly what's going to be on it. Okay? It is also the only quiz that you are required to get 100% on. So this is a quiz you either get 100% or 0%. There is no in between. You miss one negative sign, your mark is 0. You miss one number, your mark is 0. We write the quiz on Wednesday. If you get 0, you have a chance to redo it. You have as many chances in 1 week as you need until you get 100%. I think the record is like someone took 7 times. Each time they're like, oh, I forgot another negative. And then they handed it in and missed something in the chart at the bottom. Yes.
Can we start on Tuesday so we have more time to think of it?
If you get 1 week,
Oh, yeah. I thought it was like end of the week.
no, you get, so if we start on Wednesday, you have until the next week Wednesday. Not till the end of the week. I see what you were thinking. It's like, if you get 1 week, if you start early and you still get 1 week, how do you get more time? Okay? Then, you are also, here, I'll